The breaking news.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to All Transfer News. Today, we've got the latest updates on our beloved club, Liverpool. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment of Liverpool transfer news. Let's get started.
Liverpool's still dreaming of signing record-breaking 120 million striker after Florian Wirtz. Liverpool would still love to sign Alexander Isak from Newcastle United this summer, even after concluding a deal for Florian Wirtz. Richard Hughes has started the summer in brilliant fashion at Anfield, and Liverpool are potentially closing in on 3 significant moves already. Florian Wirtz and Milos Kerkez could follow Jeremy Frimpong in a stunning summer switch to Liverpool, potentially forming a transformative trio under Arne Slot's guidance next season. However, despite these promising reinforcements, Liverpool's summer transfer window may not reach its full potential unless they bring in a high-caliber striker, someone capable of providing a clear upgrade on both Darwin Núñez and Diogo Jota. And even though significant investments are being directed toward other areas of the squad, Liverpool's ambition remains undiminished. The club is reportedly still harboring hopes of pulling off a marquee move for Newcastle United's Alexander Isak. Liverpool still pursuing Alexander Isak. Despite others spending, Graham Bailey, the chief correspondent at TBR Football, has revealed the latest details regarding Liverpool's striker pursuit. According to him, the Reds are not backing down in their efforts to secure a top-tier forward before the window closes, and Isak remains at the top of their wish list. Liverpool are absolutely still in the market for a striker, Bailey said. As we reported earlier, this was always shaping up to be a monumental summer for them. The deals for Frimpong are done, and they're working hard to finalize transfers for both Milos Kerkez and Florian Wirtz, which could even break the British transfer record. But the job isn't complete yet. They're also targeting another central defender, but their priority is still a prolific striker, particularly with Núñez looking likely to leave. I've heard his representatives are already in conversations with several interested clubs. Jota, too, is among those the club may be open to parting with, and the funds generated by these departures could create room for a high-profile attacker. Bailey added, Isak is very much the dream target. Liverpool admire him tremendously and are closely monitoring developments around his contract situation at Newcastle. Of course, they're evaluating other possibilities too. Hugo Ekitike is on their radar, and names like Victor Osimhen, Benjamin Šeško, and Victor Gyökeres have all been discussed internally. He concluded by saying, there are numerous viable striker options out there for Liverpool. Don't be shocked if the club ends up landing a genuinely world-class name. FSG may need outgoings to fund major striker deal. Previous reports from TBR Football suggested that Fenway Sports Group, FSG, may need to sanction key player sales to bankroll a big-money move for a striker this summer. The potential departures of Darwin Núñez and Diogo Jota appear to align with this strategy. Under Arne Slot last season, Luis Diaz was occasionally deployed through the middle in a false 9 role, highlighting the need for a more traditional center forward. If Liverpool aim to challenge for the Premier League crown next term, addressing that need could be crucial. While the Reds are indeed keen on Hugo Ekitike, there is an awareness that Eintracht Frankfurt's valuation could be more reflective of the kind of fee expected for someone like Isak, rather than a younger, less proven alternative. Alexander Isak, a record-breaking target. Isak's reputation continues to soar following a phenomenal season at Newcastle. The Swedish striker became the first player in the club's history to score in 8 consecutive Premier League fixtures, further justifying his status as a marquee signing. Newcastle are likely to demand over $120 million for his services, a fee Liverpool are only expected to match if sales go through. That hasn't deterred Liverpool from continuing discussions around bringing in a forward of his caliber. Ekitike emerging as a future star. Could he be the next Isak? Hugo Ekitike, currently with Eintracht Frankfurt, is viewed by many in football as a player with similar attributes and developmental potential to Alexander Isak. Speaking on the London is Blue podcast, journalist Matt Law noted that there's considerable buzz around Ekitike within professional circles. Chelsea are definitely interested in Ekitike, but it's not just them, Law said. People around football genuinely believe he could evolve in the same way Isak did when he broke out at Newcastle, or even earlier. There's a lot of optimism about what Ekitike could become. Law cautioned, however, that current transfer valuations may be inflated. I've watched him a few times, including against Tottenham in the Europa League. While he did score, I wouldn't put a $100 million price tag on him just yet. That might be more about Frankfurt trying to drive up interest. Madrid emerges as potential destination. Despite Premier League triumph, Chiesa faces uncertain future at Liverpool. Despite celebrating a Premier League title in his debut season, Federico Chiesa has kept a relatively low profile at Liverpool. Signed for $12.5 million, the Italian winger has started just 4 of his 14 appearances and has admitted that adapting to English football has been a difficult period. Incoming Liverpool boss Arne Slot still values Chiesa as part of his plans, but the possibility of a departure remains open, especially if an appealing offer arrives. According to Spanish reports, Chiesa is currently on the radar of Atletico Madrid's sporting director Carlos Bucero, who is actively monitoring his situation. A potential deal could be either a loan or a permanent transfer. Chiesa's future might also hinge on whether Ángel Correa remains at Atletico. The Argentine forward appeared to wave farewell to fans in the club's final home match of the season and even shared a goodbye message on social media. However, the club later stated that Correa, under contract until 2026, remains in Diego Simeone's plans. If Correa departs, Chiesa could emerge as a serious candidate to bolster Atletico's attacking line. He would be considered alongside other names such as Nick Woltemade of Stuttgart and Fabio Silva of Wolves. For the 27-year-old Italian, a move to Madrid could be an enticing opportunity, especially after a year in which he focused primarily on physical rehabilitation but struggled to make an impact at Liverpool, both in training sessions and on the pitch. With Mohamed Salah a mainstay on the right wing, Jeremy Frimpong also capable of filling that role, and new reinforcements expected this summer, Chiesa's role at Anfield looks increasingly marginal. Furthermore, his salary, around £120,000 per week, is proving to be a challenge for interested clubs such as Napoli. Liverpool, however, are reportedly open to flexibility in negotiations, potentially accepting a loan deal with a buy option to ease his exit. Chiesa remains under contract at Liverpool until 2028. Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nassr eyes Luis Diaz in bold move to extend superstar's stay. Meanwhile, Al Nassr are already working to secure Cristiano Ronaldo's future at the club by preparing a contract renewal offer. Ronaldo's current deal expires in 2025, but club directors are keen to present an ambitious vision that will persuade the Portuguese legend to extend his stay in Saudi Arabia. Central to that project is reinforcing the squad with marquee signings. According to journalist Fabrizio Romano, Liverpool winger Luis Diaz and Feyenoord defender David Heinko are among Al Nassr's top targets. A meeting between Ronaldo's